In the Bhakti tradition of Hinduism, it is an established convention to express one's love towards his Ishta Devata by assuming different roles. Given this, Subramania Bharatiyar's singing of Krishna, putting himself in multiple relations, one after the other in sequence, is an uncommon and unique phenomenon in Bhakti literature. What could be the reason? One, Bharati simply goes by the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. As the Gita says, Tameva Sharanam Gaccha Sarva Bhavena Bharata. Another reason, Bharati collectively, through all his songs, presents a philosophical strain that views Sri Krishna as the absolute beyond all relativistic relations. His Kannan Patu is what I have taken here. Two samples of his song. I will just sing 4 or 5 lines. The rest I will go with the reading of the English. The first is taking Kannan as his friend. பொன்னவிர்மேனி சுபத்திரை மாதை புற கொண்டு போவதற்கே இனி என்ன வழி என்று கேட்கில் உபாயம் இரு கணத்தே யுரைப்பான் அந்த கண்ணன் வில்லாளர் தலைவனை கொன்றிட காணும் வழி ஒன்றில்லேன் வந்திங்கு உன்னை அடைந்தேன் என்னில் உபாயம் ஒரு கணத்தே யுரைப்பான். In this song, the poet totally assumes the role of Arjuna as he boasts of his dear friend Krishna, the epitome of perfect friendship. When asked what is the way to take away Subhadra, the one with the golden glowing skin, he would offer a solution in 2 moments. When said, I don't see a possible way to kill Karna, the archer's leader, I have come in surrender to you, he would offer a solution in a moment. Then he has also written songs as Kannan, my mother, then Kannan, en thai, en tandai, en sevagan. En sevagan is where he sevakaral patta shramamiga undu kandir, sevagarilla vidilo, seigei nadakavillai, ingidanal yanum, idar migundu vadugayil, yengirindo vandan, idaijadinan endran. He came from somewhere, I belong to the caste of cowherds, said he. There are a few legends in which the Lord comes in disguise of a servant to help some exemplary saint devotees. Then we have this very famous Kannan en Pillai. Theerada Vilayattu Pillai is one such composition. Then we have Kannam. He is also described Kanna in the feminine as Kannamma, where Kannamma as a child, the famous is Chinnanjiru Kiliye. He had 2 daughters, so it is natural that Sri Bharatiyar saw Kannan as a little girl, Kannamma, and not just the boy Kannan. This much loved immortal song is so popular, so intimate and close in its feeling. Chinnanjiru Kiliye Kannamma Selva Kalanjiyame Chinnanjiru Kiliye. Then we have Kannan en Kadalan, where the songs in this group express viraha, the pangs of separation of the lover from her lord. This is a staple theme for Indian love poems, more so in the context of Krishna Bhakti. We have the famous song, Thoondir Pulvin Pol, Veliye Sudar Vilakkinai Pol. Then we have, in her deep anguish, the lover suddenly doubts whether she has forgotten the face of Krishna and then consoles herself. ஆசை முகம் மறந்து போச்சே இதை யாரிடம் சொல்வேனடி தோழி நேசம் மறக்கவில்லை நெஞ்சம் எனில் நினைவு முகம் மறக்கலாமோ. Then we have Kannamma as the love, where the songs in this group touch the pinnacle of rasa and bhava in the whole collection. The Shringara is expressed in multiple dimensions here, spiritual and philosophical. Bharati, the lover, adores the face of Kannamma in cosmic terms. We have the famous song, Suttum Vili Surardan Kannamma, Suryar Chandiraru. Finally, coming to Kannan being the absolute, the sublimity that is evident in all the songs is the ultimate spirituality of the Kannan Patu. All the worldly relationships like friend, father, mother, lover directed towards Krishna get sublimated into transcendence through bhakti. All these relativistic relationships converge into the absolute called Krishna. He is the ocean in which all these waves rise, live and submerge. Everything in the world becomes dear to us because of the love of Atman. Atmanastu kamaya, says Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Every other love is nothing but the reflection of the love of the Atman. Krishna, as conceived here, is not different from Atman, the self. Kannan Pattu can be called the life philosophy of Bharati. If life is Kannan, the living consciousness that unites with it is Bharati. This is a literary creation where Bharati transcends himself. Thank you.
Talking about the summary of each and every paper, what I would say is, yes, we started the session with Narada Bhakti Sutra, and Narada Bhakti Sutra gives a definition of Bhakti as Parama Prema Rupa, Amrita Swarupa, and it says the palam of that Bhakti is Yan Labdhva Puman Siddho Bhavati, Amrito Bhavati, Tripto Bhavati, and of course Shantihi Bhavati. So Shantaha Bhavati. This is what is the this one, and very beautifully we saw Dr. Muralidharan speaking from the Shandilya Sutra, also giving a definition of Bhakti. Now what we saw in all these things is, we have seen Bhakti from the Shaiva perspective. In this session I am talking about, we saw Bhakti from the Shaiva perspective of the Nayanmars, a little of the Alvars, when we talk about the Andal in the previous session, and we saw Bhakti presented in Narayani. Most of them, I would say, was all centered on Lord Krishna. And one thing was so different was what Dr. Yamuna presented was the Desha Bhakti, and one more was by Dr. Muralidharan on the Garuda Bhakti. Garuda, as Bhakti towards Garuda as one of the, even having Bhakti towards a Vahana of the Lord is what prescribed in our scriptures. And in the morning we saw Navagraha Bhakti also. And what we have been talking about, most of them who presented that Bhakti in Indian tradition have basically drawn only from these epics, the Hindu epics as we would say. And we didn't say much, we didn't see at all from other traditions, other schools of philosophy like Buddhism or Jainism. Let me remind you that Bhakti is there in every philosophy in India. That is why we have, as much as we celebrate the Vyasa Purnima, we celebrate the Bauddha Purnima also. And then the Jainas have their own way of showering their Bhakti towards their founder. And so, yes, we have a severe paucity of time, and I am glad that we could listen to all the papers that was scheduled for today. I am very happy and thankful to KSRI, to Dr. Kameshwari, to Dr. Balasubramaniam, to Dr. Raghavan, who is present with us now, and Dr. Vasudeva and others who had been very supportive. And my big thanks to Dr. Ramakrishnan, C.L. Ramakrishnan, who was very kind in